Hello everyone, GameDog here, and welcome back to Let's Play Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for the Game Boy Advance. Now, I'm actually a little bit annoyed right now because, this is actually my third time recording this. The very first time I was very amateur, because, well, okay, this is what you might call, like, a semi-blind playthrough, because I have mentioned before that, I have not played this game in ages. And thus, like, it's not a blind playthrough, but I haven't played it so long that it might as well be to a point. The second time I recorded, I had like this weird audio glitch happened, and honestly, like you couldn't hear my audio. It sounded all muffled for like the first 15 minutes. Well, not for like the first minute of the video, and honestly, you guys deserve better than that. So I'm just recording it a third time, and this is actually really good for me too. Oh god, this is actually really good for me too because okay, whenever I play games blind, I'm always so analytical, and I felt like I was getting a little bit bored there because yeah, honestly, I like kept dying in the weirdest sections. Basically, okay, we got some doxies here. And, let's see here. Yeah, I kept dying in the weirdest sections, I believe, and, or in my opinion, and, okay, let's just run down here so I don't get hurt by those two. And there's gonna be a third one spawn down here, basically. Like, honestly, basically what I'm saying is that it got a little boring, because I was just like, okay, what's over here now? Okay. The second time, okay. And then after the second time, after the second time, I just feel like I understand this area a lot more now, so I think I'll be able to make, like, a better video for you guys. I'm also gonna start playing the Pacifist a little bit more now, because I actually, well, as you can imagine, if we're playing through a section 3 times, or more like 1.5 times, because I only got, like, halfway through the first time, oh, that guy can actually fall down pits, too. I actually have a good idea of, like, what to do now, and I even found, like, a pumpkin pasty that was not in my guide. It's still not enough to get us a multiple of 3, so we still got that oddity to worry about, but I don't know. I just found it kind of interesting that I actually did, like, find that, basically. Alright, so we got a bag of every flavor jelly bean right here. I'm also going to be rushing a little bit. Hopefully that won't get me killed, but honestly, aside from the pumpkin pasty, you're not missing much, and I'm going to be trying to grab it again anyway, so it shouldn't really be that big of an issue. I was trying to completely avoid this doxy, basically. You know what, this game actually goes by really fast. You avoid all enemies. As you probably imagine from most games, with any emphasis at all on combat, but regardless, though, let's move on then. Let's see, we got those little snails right there. You know what? When those snails move up and down, their sprites remind me a little bit of the snails from Mega Bomberman. I know it's a really obscure reference, but it's just what I see when I look at it, and as you can tell by what I'm playing right now, I have very odd taste in games and, like, references, basically. Alright, so okay, you might notice that we actually have, like, trolls here to fight, and, okay, as far as I'm concerned, they're completely invincible. I tried for a good, like, minute and a half to knock him into this platform, and every single time he got close, he just, like, runned away, he just, like, walked away, like he didn't even care. So I'm convinced you can't even kill them here. Even though, like, honestly, I still wonder, like, why this is here, basically, but I don't know, maybe you do just, like, walk in. No, you still, like, walk away, and even if I were to knock him in, he'd stop at the very edge and then just, like, run back. So I'm convinced you can't kill him, so he's just an obstacle, and, what the, hello, okay, you look nothing like the guy I just saw. Harry was rescued in the nick of time by the creature, by the centaur Firens, and rode on his back to safety. Firens explained that unicorn blood has the power to keep someone alive who is an inch from death. Harry realized that the hooded figure he'd seen in the clearing was none other than he who must not be named, Lord Voldemort. Alright, so we just got saved by a centaur, and we found out that the unicorn actually died. I don't think they actually said it there, but it is what happened. Honestly, that was very interesting. Alright, that was an interesting cutscene. Wait a second, what the... Why am I invisible when I stand on this part of the foliage? That's interesting. Alright. So, like in a lot of games like this, the centaurs, I almost said the centaurs, the trolls are going to start being normal enemies. There's really not that many of them, but honestly, that's not the most annoying part of this area. The most annoying part is this. Now, okay, I've mentioned before that I really don't like these parts, like these kinds of sections in which, they, like, shove you behind, like, trees, and from a first-person perspective, you should be able to see, but, like, because it's overhead, you really have no clue what you're doing. Now, imagine that, but it's a whole section. This area is so annoying, and honestly, I'm surprised. Okay, I'm gonna say it right now, this area is where the pumpkin pasty is, and I am legitimately surprised no one else. Well, not legit. I am not surprised at all that no one else was able to find this. Because what they require you to do, and what to go out of your way to do, is very obscure. And honestly, I don't even think I found it correctly. Because, okay, oh yeah, and they even throw doxes in here. Look at this. How are you supposed to avoid all that? Ugh, this part is so annoying. I hate it so much. Like I said before, is probably the worst part in the game. No, this is definitely like the worst part of the game right here. It's so stupid. What they have you do is so dumb. Okay, here's the pumpkin pasty right here. Now, I'm going to show off... Okay, now, once again, according to my guide, that's actually the last pumpkin pasty in the game. Well, okay, the last one I just got was the last one, but I just found this one by complete accident. So yeah, it's still like a multiple of 3, which is very odd. I don't know, maybe there's like another one we haven't seen. Okay, but honestly, no guide I could find even mentions it at all. Okay, now something very interesting here. You saw how I got that pumpkin pasty, right? Well, I run over here, I knock this out of the way, then I go down here, and like, what's all this junk? I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking like, wait a second, because, okay, in my original video, I actually came around this way, saw this, and was very confused. And I realized, okay, I must have to go around another way in order to get all these things to activate. Because, okay, that switch of dust on it, that's one you have to stand on. So, like, okay, what I'm thinking you have to do is, okay, this puzzle baffles me. Because, okay, you gotta stand on that switch in order to get that thing to move. However, you can't get there because that thing will move in the first place. And because these mushrooms are in the way, you can't knock this barrel down. So my only thought is, you have to knock that barrel out of the way. And then, like, move this, like, through the trees. If the game even allows you to do this, I haven't even tried this yet. Yeah, it does let you do it. So, you have to move the rock manually through all of those trees. And a puzzle of this to get over here and then over here. And my thinking is, a puzzle of this magnitude would require, would like, reasonably lead you to the pumpkin pasty. However, you need to get to that rock in the first place in order to, like, you have to go around this way to even get there, which is like you need to go through a route to get to a puzzle to solve the puzzle that gets you to a route that you already got to. It's very baffling to me. I don't know why they set it up like that, but I'm just very lucky I don't do that puzzle and like move the rock all the way through because that looks really, really annoying. Regardless, though, as far as I'm concerned, that's all that's here. So let's actually just move on. You found the unicorn and escaped the Forbidden Forest. You're sorry it's dead, but you feel you're close to solving the secret of the Sorcerer Stone. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, and that also took like 17 minutes on my first try too. I absolutely 100% knew what I was doing this time. So I feel I did that quite well. All right. So let's talk to Hagrid right here. There you are, Harry. Did you find any trace of what's hurting the unicorn? Yes, I did, but I don't have time to talk right now. I must find Ron and Hermione. Okay, then. Glad to see you're back safe and sound. Good night, Harry. Good night, Hagrid. And they're gonna warp us out here into the nighttime again? Phew, Harry. We thought you'd never get here. I got rather sidetracked in the Forbidden Forest. How was your detention? I found out more about why Snape wants the Sorcerer's Stone. He's going to steal it from Lord Voldemort. Oh, I wish he wouldn't say you-know-who's real name out loud. We need to go down to the Forbidden Corridor and get the stone before Snape can steal it. You're right, Harry. Let's go. Alright, so, didn't really get much done this episode, but trust me, the original recording was like 18 minutes long just because I was just fumbling around that forest for so long, and I feel I've spent enough time on that section for one day. So I think we're just going to leave it off here. I'll see you guys next time. So there we go. Thanks for watching.